Welcome to the Precision Principle. My name is Jeremy Sutton. Now, before we get started here, I'd like to ask you a few questions. What does it take for people like you and me to live lives where we are genuinely thriving? Now, I'm not talking about the occasional success here or there, but rather life of true self-mastery. Lives of excellent health, where we have strong and warm social ties, where we have the problem-solving skills to tackle any challenge that life throws at us head on, where we have the ability to learn any body of knowledge or skill that we're interested in. Skills like languages, music, history, science, math, dance, art. Or maybe, what does it take to be able to rise to the occasion, to put ourselves in a peak state whenever the moment calls for it? Ultimately, what does it take for us to elevate our lives to the upper limits of our potential? Now, if these topics excite you and you're ready to take action right now, I would encourage you to click above Get Started, where you will find 7 foundational habits to a life of mastery. Or if you prefer, try out 12 strategies to increase creativity and productivity. Now, these questions are precisely those that have fueled my passions over the last 5 years. And in particular, this site is dedicated to synthesizing the best ideas into actionable strategies that each of us can apply to our daily lives. I know topics such as thriving and mastery can sometimes seem abstract or even complicated, but the essence of the matter is actually quite simple. The heart and soul of mastery comes down to awareness and learning. Without awareness and learning, we allow ourselves to be victims of our environment. Let's take an example. Throughout the large majority of history, humans have been completely unaware of the role between sickness and bacteria. It wasn't until the 16th century that we started to propose that germs and sickness might actually be related. Now, before we understood this relationship, it was all but impossible for us to come up with any legitimate cure or even to stem the tide of epidemic. That's because when anything is outside of our awareness, we have no means to understand how it works or how it affects us. So awareness is necessarily the first step to mastery. Now, after awareness comes learning. Because once we understand that something exists and it affects our lives, unless we understand how it works, there's still nothing we can do to affect it. But once we do understand how it works, then we can take the most important step, which is action. To raise our lives to the upper limits of our potential requires consistent action. To develop skills or knowledge in any area requires dedication and practice. Ultimately, the path to self-discovery and mastery is a road that each of us has to walk ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to walk it alone. So this site here is committed to walking that path together. Furthermore, it's about synthesizing the best strategies and the quickest routes to take us from wherever we are right now to wherever it is that we want to go. This site is about self-creation and self-discovery. It's about uncovering and refining the lifestyle that resonates with our individual skills, knowledge, and abilities. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what our beliefs are about what happens after death, we have to believe that our time here on earth is something special. In all likelihood, this is the only chance we're ever going to get. So let's take every opportunity to transform our lives into the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly imagine. Now, I would encourage you to take full advantage of the resources here, and I'd be honored to join you on this path to mastery and self-discovery. If you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, or would simply like to share your own ongoing path to development, I would love to hear from you. You can contact me at the above link, or if you'd like, email me directly at jeremy@precisionprinciple.com. And in the meantime, keep learning, keep growing, and make every day count. Welcome to the Precision Principle.